Hi guys, welcome back. Well, in my previous video you saw me talking about my cook system that I always have with me in my backpack, and I also mentioned that this year I would like to switch my regular stove out to a Trangia every now and then to do some decent cooking on the trail. And today I decided to take this one outside, not on a hike unfortunately, because still that weather is not really good. And I just thought, well, let's try it out how it works anyway. And I thought, well, let's make a little soup for lunch. And so I'm going to cook a mushroom soup on my Trangia right now. I do have the 27 version of the Trangia. This is suitable for 1 to 2 persons, so it's a good size for myself and eventually my mom if she is with me. And you also have a 25 version which is suitable for 3 to 4 persons. So if you are cooking for several persons or even for more persons, then I recommend getting the bigger Trangia. And I do not always take this one with me in my backpack because it is bulky, it is heavy, so I must really have a purpose to make an extra special lunch or something out on the trail. But this is just going to be a test out video. Product is not being sponsored. I got it from my parents for Christmas 2021, so it has been around here for a while, but I was a little bit uncertain on what kind of things to cook on it and how I was going to involve that into my hikes. So let's go and start making some soup. First we're going to unpack the Trangia, of course, and then we're going to do everything to make some lunch for myself. So I'm going to unwrap it first. It always comes with this strap around it. This one I bought extra. This is a lid and a cutting board. This is the frying pan that comes with it. The handle. I have an Opinel knife added to it to cut some of my ingredients. And I also got, when I got the Trangia for Christmas, I also had the kettle. Let's see if I can get that one out. It's stuck. Yeah, there it comes. So this is the saucepan, so to say. So as you can see, it's for 1 to 2 persons. It comes with 2 of those. So you can cook out of 2 pots. And then I had the kettle extra for Christmas as well. Will not always be bringing that one. And nicely stored in here is the Trangia burner, and I have a cloth to avoid rattling in my pack. So let's put the pans aside. They always recommend, by the way, to keep this in to avoid that this is going to be scratched because it is a non-stick surface. You first have to rub it, you have to clean it, rinse it with warm water, let it dry, and put some oil in it, so you activate sort of the non-stick stuff on it. So this is the part that goes on top. No, not on top, at the bottom. Then this one goes in here, and this is the simmer lid, so in case your fire goes a little bit too hard. I'm still doubting whether I'm going to get the gas adapter so they can also use it with the regular gas bottles that I use. I am going to put in some fuel. I will fill it halfway. Now I heard that if you completely fill it up it will burn around 25 to 30 minutes, so that is not needed for now. So I'm going to fill it up halfway. I think that'll do for now. Be aware that if you are cooking on a Trangia and you're running out of fuel during the cooking, that you have to let everything completely cool down before you refill it again. So be aware of that, and if you keep aware of that, then it will be completely safe to use. So I'm going to fill this one up. This will take a while because, as you can see, it is not coming out very quickly, but that's good because it's obviously not a very safe liquid that you are using. So yeah, it's a good safety thing, let's call it like that. So let's go and fill it up, and then I will be back to you. So once you fill it up, you can add the windscreen, so to say, and you can either flip these little things in. Then you can add the saucepan to it, so it will nicely go into your Trangia, or you can flip them open, and then you can put your frying pan on top of it. So depending on which pan you're going to use, you can decide what you are going to do. So then there are some little spots where you can put them in between, and then it is all stuck to one another. I am going to prepare my mushrooms as the next step. So I'm going to take this cutting board and my nail knife. And I'm going to cut these because I am going to fry them first, because I do not like putting raw mushrooms in my soup and then letting them boil for a few minutes, because nah, then they are not really to my liking. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to start using the Trangia, because I think it gives a lot of opportunities to cook when you're out on a day hike or something, or maybe an overnighter, and you do not have a lot of possibilities to eat out on the trail, and you do not have any restaurants or something that you can cook yourself a nice decent meal. For me, it's a little bit harder when I'm out on several days with Ravi, because I'm not able to do some shopping, because I'm not leaving Ravi out of the supermarket nowadays. So if you are with more persons, then one of you can go shopping and you can get some fresh stuff on the trail and then cook it when you are back at camp. So what I'm going to do first, let's take this one back off and light my fuel. Yep, that one is on. Then I'm turning this one back on. I think that's most safety things. As you can see, I'm not a big fan of those lighter things, so I'm always a bit careful on that one. So I'm going to fry my mushrooms first. So take the plastic off, do not forget that. And I'm going to put this one on here. I'm going to light up my screen to see if everything's in shot. Yes, it is. So this one is good to hold your frying pan. You can easily take it off like this. Because it is a non-stick surface, I'm not going to use anything like butter or something, because I probably will not have that with me on the trail either. So a nice warmth comes out of it. And I'm going to try something out, because I've been watching a lot of Trangia videos, and what I always wonder is, does this lower part get hot? Because then you know on what kind of surface you can use it, and I never saw anybody mentioning that. So I'm going to keep you updated. So far it doesn't get hot at all. This part of course does, but that's not the part that goes onto the ground directly, so it will not cause any burn spots or anything. Because I see a lot of people using alcohol stoves on those wooden picnic benches, and then when they leave you have that burnt mark on the table. And therefore on my other alcohol stove I do have that little aluminum foil thing that I created to put under it, so it wouldn't leave any burns. But this obviously will be a lot bigger, so I will see if this one gets hot, but I don't think it will. But we will see. Let's put the mushrooms in already, then I can hear a little bit when they are starting to fry off. You can hear it already. And then it comes to the point that you have to be aware of, is your flame getting too big or too warm, and then you can use this one, but that will be quite a struggle to get it on as well, so hopefully it will not be necessary. While that is starting to heat up, I'm already going to add the water that I have to my saucepan. I have 250 milliliters of water now, so I think that'll be good for a lunch portion. And I have my soup powder, which I am also going to add. So I can clear out a little bit over here. Let's mix this one up. There we go, so we can put that aside for later. Got this little spatula that is good to use for the Trangia, because you will not damage the non-stick surface. So yeah, let's wait until these are ready and then we continue to the next step. So let's see if I am able to put the simmering on without burning myself. Not too bad. And you can close it or leave it open as far as you would like to. But it went a little bit fast on the mushroom, so I do not want anything to burn. It's working really well. Show you, they are getting a nice color. So yeah, I think this is really fun to do on the trail. I'm sitting a little bit in a weird position now because I'm sitting so low, because then I can get everything in one shot. So when I'm out on the trail, it will all be a little bit different, but so far this will be good. I've closed my lid a little bit too far, I believe. Yep, now I've opened it a bit further. I have to get used to that because I haven't been cooking on that way, of course. Let's keep this stirred in. This is going really well. I really like this way of cooking. I think I can definitely be going to like this out on the trail. Not of course when you're doing 20-kilometer hikes, because then you do not have always all the time, depending on what time of year it is, to do some decent cooking out on the trail. But when you're doing some shorter hikes, maximum of 10-15 kilometers, then I think this would be really nice. So I'm definitely going to search for more YouTube videos and put down a list with some recipe ideas that I can make on the trail. So if you have any recommendations for videos on YouTube, please let me know in the comment box below. I do know Bushcraft Dave. I absolutely like his recipes, and he already gave me some ideas to cook on the trail, so definitely going to keep his channel in mind. But if you have any other recommendations, let me know. So these will probably be ready. Then I will be soon switching to my soup to heat that one up. So these ones are done. As you can see, they have a nice color, so I'm going to put them here on the lid, otherwise I think my table will get burnt. Then I'm going to put these ones down. Probably are hot. No, they are not. They are good to handle. So putting these in. The bottom part. No, this bottom part does not get warm. So in case if you're wondering that as well, that will not. Oh, this one, neither either. Neither either. This one either. So it's now burning for over 5 minutes. And I can easily lift it up here at the bottom. I can lift it up here at the top. It is not hot, and here it is hot because my fuel is still going on. So I'm going to put my broth on there. I have opened the complete burner again. And we will wait until this one comes to a boil, and then I get back to you. Yeah, do you think so, Ravi? This actually goes quicker than I thought it would be, because it is now on for 3 minutes and it is already starting to come to a boil. So that's really nice. I think I have way too much fuel in there for now, but I will just let it burn out so I do not have to put anything back or keep fuel in my burner or in my stove. Obviously I do not have a whole lot of water in here right now, but it's good to know that a small amount of water doesn't take up that long, because when you're making hot chocolate or something in the evening, or a tea, then you do not need an awful lot of water either. So then it will not take you half an hour to get something warm to drink. So yeah, I can really feel the warmth coming from it. So let's wait till it comes to a decent boil. Then I will have it boiled for a few minutes, and then we'll add the mushrooms, a little bit of the cooking cream. Of course, not everything, but I'm at home, so I could take the whole package out. And then lunch is ready. It was a good decision though to cancel my overnighter from last weekend. We were supposed to do an awesome trail in Germany, but the weather forecast was really bad. But last year I also cancelled several trips because the weather should be really bad, and at the end it turned out that it wasn't at all. So I decided to go there anyway. We booked an apartment over Airbnb because my mom decided to stay there after she dropped me off at the trailhead. So that was paid, so we decided to go. And then I thought, well, maybe if the weather isn't too bad, then I can go do the trail anyway. But it was definitely a good decision. It was pouring down almost all day. It was storming, so it wouldn't have been safe to be out in the woods. And we were doing a little walk from our Airbnb that we had booked, and it took us half an hour, I think, 45 minutes, and we were totally soaked. And you could definitely see with Ravi that he absolutely did not like that. So I know people say there is no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing, but I think if you're hiking with a dog, especially small ones who are really close to the ground, so all the water is splashing up to them and they really feel the cold that's coming out coming off of the ground, so then there definitely is bad weather. And although I feel absolutely sad about it because it looked like an awesome hike, soup's going well by the way, I was happy that we did go, because now it was a confirmation for myself that I did make the right decision. So I hope there will be some day hikes that we will be able to do, but I don't know what's this year. Last year March was the most hottest March that we ever had here, and now it is the most wettest one that we ever had here. So it doesn't look like we will be able to do some day hikes very soon. So hopefully I will be able to do more kind of these videos, and hope that you like them as well. And that in 2.5 weeks time, so next weekend in 2 weeks time, I'm having a 3-day trip planned, a really special one. Really looking forward to that, so please help me to keep fingers crossed that the weather will be good by then. So it took about 6 to 7 minutes to come to a boil, so I'm going to put my mushrooms back in. I said, not next to it. So they can heat up. That's the only downside when you have wood cooking on a Trangia. You have to do dishes, which you obviously do not have to when you are making those freeze-dried meals. So yeah. But I think if you put it in a separate bag, so nothing else in your pack gets nasty and dirty, then it'll be fine. You just rinse it with a little bit of water when you are being done with cooking, and then yeah, you just put it in your bag and clean it out at home. I'm not going to take any soap or anything to clean it out in nature. I will do that either at camp at night or when I'm back at home. So let's let this heat through for a few seconds, and then we will be through. I can add the cream already because it is almost done. Not too much. Smells and looks really good. So the simmering works really well, because now I took it off and now it comes really to a hard boil. So yeah, that's good. So you can close or open it as far as you would like. So now I'm going to put it back on, because now it is boiling really hard. Good practice for me as well. There we go. So yeah, I must say that I really like this way of cooking. Definitely going to use this one more. My soup is ready for now, so I'm going to pour it in my little soup bowl, and then let's see how it tastes. My first ever Trangia cooking. I'm going to let the fuel burn out. I obviously used way too much. There's still a quarter in there, so I'm going to well, maybe I will not. I will put it out, because quarter is just waste of fuel, so that's not needed either. So I'm just going to stir this one through, take that off, and then put the lid on my burner so that will run out. So here I have a nice cup of soup. Let's see if you are able to see it. See, nice with some mushrooms. Then I am going to put this one on, and it will go out. So still not warm. Still not warm. The top part is getting a little bit warm, but not hot, and the bottom part is still cold. So that's a good one. Let's see how my first ever Trangia cooking tastes. Perfect. This one is going to stay. I'm going to finish lunch and I'm going to do the dishes, and then I will wrap up this video. And I hope that it was helpful to you, that it could give you a first short idea of what you can make on a Trangia, how you use a Trangia, solving the mystery what I always had: does a Trangia get hot? Yeah, and if you like please give me a like so we can help the channel grow. And then now, like I said, I hope that I can take you out on the trail again very soon, and otherwise I will come up with some other hopefully informative videos for you. So thank you for watching. As always, enjoy the outdoors. We will catch you on the next trail. Goodbye.